Welcome back to News 3 Today at 11. It's one of our nation's oldest African-American owned newspapers. Founded in 1875, the Savannah Tribune has been the voice and key information source for our community for generations. This year, the publication celebrates its 150th anniversary in grand style. Shirley James is the paper's sole owner and publisher. Commissioner Tanya Milton has been the vice president and advertising director of the Tribune for more than 2 decades now. So you're talking about history and you don't want to talk about it, but you're part of that history. They join us now with more. Thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Listen, this interview doesn't feel like we'll have enough time to go over everything because your timeline for the Tribune is just incredible. When we talk about resilience, and I hate using that word all the time, but this is a resilient newspaper because throughout history, the publication has only stopped twice.
Yes.
So let's go to the very beginning because this was started during Reconstruction.
Yes, in 1875, and we had 3 businessmen, African Americans here in Savannah, John DeVoe, Lewis Toomer Sr., and Lewis Pleasant. And they started the paper in December of 1875, definitely right after during Reconstruction.
Yeah.
And it was founded as the Colored Tribune, but the very next year in 1876, they changed the name to the Savannah Tribune.
Wow.
And they were able to publish up until about in the early 1880s, around 1878. And then at some point in time, the printers in the city, they were white-owned and operated, decided that they would not print the paper.
Yeah.
So
and that's during the time when a lot of the other black publications were folding.
They were folding.
Yeah.
And then, so believe it or not, by 1888, John DeVoe and J.W. White, one of his friends, they started their own printing press, which was at St. Julian, somewhere around the market. And they started their own printing press, and then the paper printed not only from that place, but for the longest time, because after John DeVoe was appointed as a customs collector in around 1889, he moved to Brunswick, Georgia. And Saul C. Johnson was the person, and everybody knows about him.
Yeah.
We have a school named for him. He took over the paper at that point in time, bought it in 1909, and he published through 1954.
And then his
goddaughter,
yes.
Willa Ayers Johnson, who was the first female owner, then she published through the 1960s. And in 1960s was another hiatus where African-American newspapers throughout the country, competition then was with Main Street Media. And as a result of that, a lot of the papers folded. So we didn't have the Tribune in publication here in Savannah until 1973 when
your
it was
husband stepped in,
reestablished. Yes,
right?
my
Okay.
husband was president at Carver State Bank. In 1973, he decided, and after learning so much about Savannah and the history of Savannah and persons that he met, just talking about the Savannah Tribune, so it interested him enough that he reestablished the paper in 1973. Then in 1983, I became the second female,
Yes.
but now, from 83 until now, I am the publisher.
Okay, and let's talk about Tanya real quick because we have about a minute to go, but you're a part of that history because you've been involved. Y'all have known Tanya since she was a young lady. I've heard this story before.
Yes.
Tell me how you got involved with the paper.
1975.
Wow.
1975, I applied for a job at the bank, at Carver State Bank, which was next door to the Savannah Tribune. And fortunately, they didn't have any positions available. So Mr. James told me about his wife who had this newspaper next door. And that was more of a perfect fit for me because I had worked on newspapers in high school and the yearbook. So I thought, well, that was perfect for me. I dove right in, and it's been 50 years.
Wow. Wow. And you said you weren't a part of this history. Okay, so we have to get to the event now. And Tanya, you want to talk about that real quick because you have a big event. It's coming up in June, right?
In June, we are June 25th through 28th.
Okay.
We are hosting the National Newspaper Publishers Association, which are all the African-American papers across the country. But on the 28th, we're going to have a grand celebration, which is going to be the Biscuit Brunch and Sneaker Bowl. So get your high heel sneakers ready. I've been looking for mine already.
I've seen pictures of years past, and y'all really show out, right? Yeah. It's a time to celebrate and a time to get together.
June 28th, so you can go online, the Eventbrite, to buy your tickets, or you can call me at 912-658-2813, and I'll be happy to get you taken care of.
Or you can
Sponsorships are still available as well.
Wonderful. Or you can go to our website, wsav.com/Tribune, and we'll have everything there so that they can access the information for you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I told you this segment is too short to talk about this history. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and all that you do in our community.
Thank you. Thank you.